Welcome everybody to the Genesis Mindset. So in today's episode, a lot has happened today with pDAI. And so I'll be taking a look at the day's happenings. I'm going to break it down. So I don't have the full information. I'm just delivering to you the best of my understanding of it up until this point. So we're going to have a look at the day's happenings along with what this means for pDAI moving forward. So officially MakerDAO is dead. So it's now MakerDEAD. So this is going to be a big adjustment, but I still believe. So we're going to take a look at how the Atropa ecosystem now takes front and center stage for pDAI. And if anyone would like to join, they're more than welcome to join. The link is in the description. So, all right, let's get into the share screen. So first of all, what happened to pDAI today? So first of all, a spell was cast. So anyone that's been following along, we were talking about this the other day when I had a stream with Surfacing and Katrina from the XUSD team. And so what ended up happening today was a spell was cast, and part of that spell, which I'll break down in just a moment, the ESM was activated. So this is the emergency shutdown module for MakerDAO. Now, MakerDAO is now MakerDEAD. So the mechanisms which can peg pDAI to $1 are now over on Pulse Chain. So does this mean the dream is over? No, but this means that the MakerDAO and everything that we wanted or hoped for with MakerDAO is now dead. So overnight peg theories, collateralizing vaults, all these narratives are now dead. So these are all over. So obviously we suffered over a 95% dump because there was over 100 billion pDAI that was minted. So we're going to go through that in just a moment. And then it's now done, I think, a 15x. So I wrote 10x when I first started putting this presentation together, but I believe it's about a 15x now. So we're going to go over that. It's done a 15x recovery from the bottom. Okay, so what's the spell? So calling the ESM. So this was a part of the spell, but in my opinion, well, it's not the most important part, but I think it's probably the most well, it's not the most important part, but I just chose to put it first. So calling the ESM. So this is one part of it only, but ESM means emergency shutdown module, which basically saves us from any future issues. But this also means that MakerDAO is now MakerDEAD. So forget about, just like I said, the overnight peg theories. Forget about any way of pegging to do with MakerDAO, because MakerDAO, the emergency shutdown module, has been activated. So MakerDAO is now finished. So pegging to $1 through MakerDAO is now over. And like one of my friends said, one of my boys, or Muddy, he was saying basically in the early days of pDAI, there was never any talk about pDAI being pegged to $1 through MakerDAO, certainly not within the Atropa ecosystem communities. So for me, this really changes nothing. I never really believed that a peg was going to come through MakerDAO. So this is actually... it's kind of a pity because I was really enjoying learning about it. So it is a pity, I'm not going to lie, but we just have to adjust and go with the flow. So what happened with the spell? So basically, as you know, anyone can cast a spell and then it can get voted in. So basically what happened with this spell, the XUSD team cast the spell and the spell minted pMaker, which allowed them to take control of the MakerDAO. And then they extracted the collateral, which changed the debt lines, and then they reallocated the Ethereum vaults into the DF3 control. So DF3 was the one who cast the spell, so that's the XUSD team, cast the spell, and then basically reallocated the ETH in the vaults to the DF3 control. So then, now, what is good about this is the 5996 wallet was basically, I mean, obviously you had Richard shouting it was an extractor. Maria also believed that. 99% of Pulse Chain pretty much believed that. I also didn't believe that it was an extractor. I thought, no, this scam long dong. My sentiment shifted towards the end. There was a lot of things which weren't adding up. So I also thought, oh no, this is just a psyops from Richard. I thought these things too. But as time went by, I was like, the probability of it being an extractor became very, very high based on the connections of the wallet with certain people within the community. So I became I became very concerned, particularly when the XUSD team, when they started looking into it, they were like, "Holy shit, this is like a nuclear bomb moment. This is either going to make or break the chain." So if this person's not a good actor, it can destroy the chain. If this person is a good actor, then things are going to continue along. But basically, I suppose they took matters into their own hands. So they basically then cast this spell, and then once they cast this spell and it was approved, a script pulled the max amount of debt out from the ETH vaults. And then they stacked the spell with an overload of pMaker to maintain control. And what they ended up doing as a part of also as a part of the spell was the PSM, so the peg stability module. So this is related to USDC. So this allows the pDAI to be, or MakerDAO to be swapped for another stablecoin, which is USDC. And so that was pulled. So the PSM was pulled, and then they called the ESM, which was the emergency shutdown module. So from now on, MakerDAO is dead. So forget about the peg with MakerDAO. So I'm going to stop this presentation now. All right, so you should still be able to see this screen. So this is the DF3 wallet. So this is the wallet. So 374 DF3. So this is an XUSD connected wallet. What did they end up doing? Well, so the first thing that they ended up doing, they pumped the shit out of Atropa. They absolutely pumped the shit out of Atropa. So Atropa now has broken back into this range. This is only against the US dollar, but it's broken back into this range. And then this is Atropa to pDAI. So it got up to 160 or close to 160 to 1, 158 to 1. So insane, absolutely insane. So yeah, just crazy numbers. So one Atropa equals 157.4433 Atropa. Sorry, pDAI. Sorry. One Atropa equals 157.4433 Atropa at those levels. Now it's back down to 50. So everything connected to pDAI just really blew out. And what I really liked here as well, everything blew out. Even now, the chain is still like completely overloaded with transactions and arbitrage. I think it's like, I was just doing some tests. I think it's like 30,000 pulse to get a transaction through. That's a lot, man. That's a lot of pulse. So yeah, it costs a lot of pulse because the whole blockchain there's transactions just reverberating through the whole blockchain. So obviously people buying and swapping and selling, but then also are bots because of the way that pDAI is connected to everything. So that, again, the overnight peg theory, which I never liked, would have done the same to the chain, but it would have happened in reverse, where everything would have, well, I mean, certainly, obviously here it pumped, but it would have had the reverse effect in a lot of these pools. So because pDAI would have been in the positive. So in any case, we don't have to worry about that anymore. So then obviously the DF3 wallet, he pumped the absolute shit out of Atropa. So this was one of the main things he was doing. So he minted over 100 billion pDAI, and then he started selling the pDAI for Atropa. So here you can see 28,000. So this all happened hours ago. So this is a lot of transactions, man. This is a lot of transactions. So from basically 5.5 hours ago, started doing these swaps on 9 days ago, 16. Okay, so about 5.5 hours ago, 11,000, 7,000, 8,000, up to 17, 18, 20, 40,000, 30 something odd thousands. I mean, this is a lot of transactions into Atropa. So Atropa got pumped. So what did that actually mean for the whole Atropa ecosystem? Well, I mean, still for me, if you're in the Atropa ecosystem, I don't see what the issue is besides the last month, which has been absolutely brutal because of everything that's happened with pDAI. I don't see why there's any reason to complain if you're in Atropa. And I think if you are complaining, then possibly it's not the ecosystem for you. This ecosystem is for people who have the new mindset, the new consciousness, gratitude, giving, working together to win together. Really want to weed out any any negative kind of character traits. I believe Maria's really tried to design the system in this way. So look how everything's pumped, man. I mean, Atropa this was maybe 2 hours ago. This was 430%, 420%. So down has pumped, Treasury bill has pumped, teddy bear, the real teddy bear, the one and only teddy bear is pumped and now flipped the fake teddy bear. So teddy bear against PTGC, against Pulse, against DAI, against USDT, against Atropa. Do not fade teddy bear, in my opinion. Do not fade teddy bear. Fading teddy bear would be a massive, 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 massive mistake. The real teddy bear. That's all I'll say. The real teddy bear is. I'm not saying don't do the fake teddy bear. I think it's fine. Like, so what? Have competition. The Moon King. Everyone criticized me for having the Moon King on. I've made my position clear on where I stand with the Moon King. I see no issues with someone distancing themselves from all of this. For legal reasons, I see no issues with that whatsoever. The guy's got a family to take care of. There's really no issues. People call scammer, whatever. Yep, if that's people's opinions, no problem. Someone asked me if I'd have Sam Bankman-Fried on. Hey, I would. If he had something of value to share, why not? People like, do the people that watch this channel, are they too stupid to make up their own mind? I don't believe so. I think that there's definitely like reactive people, just like I also get reactive. But to not have someone on because I don't trust the audience enough to be able to make their own mind up, and I have to be the one that says what can go on this channel and what can't because you're not smart enough to make your own decisions. I think that's very arrogant, and that's not the kind of perspective that I certainly want to have. I want to encourage everybody to have their own perspectives and their own opinions. And if they have an alternate perspective, which Moon King does have, then it's a great way for people to be able to see the alternate perspective and to be able to see it in a way here where there's people who also present the positive perspective of that, people like myself. So therefore, if somebody comes across these negative perspectives on Twitter, like Moon King saying, I'm selling everything and I'm only going into this teddy bear, then everyone who doesn't have the alternate perspective in their mind, they might fear, they might FUD, they might sell. But then if they can hear it in an open forum like this, then they can have both perspectives and make up their own mind. Everybody can make up their own mind. So that's just my opinion. So, all right. So, yeah, I mean, TSFI, what else is pumped? Anything. So Pulse Miami, I'm not too sure what Pulse Miami is. XUSD, shout out to Team XUSD. Pulse Miami, Cord, good on you, Cord. Cord is up there today. But it's literally a gas station, OG Web Chef gas station. Dominance, is that another OG Web Chef? Gophers. And then everything else is red. So, yeah, the Atropa ecosystem, shining bright. Shine bright like a diamond. So, yeah, I mean, it makes me happy, man. Put it this way. In the last 6 hours, what? Okay, 24 hours, 300%. Maybe because it's just ticked over to the new 24-hour period. So let's go with the 6 hours. Man, these are some serious gains. There's a 30x, another 30x. What's this? 12x, 7x. There's some serious gains here, man. USDC, so USDC, all these pools. So let's have a. Oh boy, look at this. Die Hard. Ooh. BFF that delete. PTGC, UpX, Doubt. What's Doubt? Who did Doubt? I'm pretty sure I've heard of Doubt, and it's like the opposite of. I mean, obviously it's the opposite of certainty, but I don't know if anyone's done this or they did it as a troll. X has done well. Finvestor, Gaga, Loan. Okay, so I also want to just have a very quick look at. So it affected all the ratios. So USDC to DAI broke its 1-to-1 by quite a lot, to be honest. So if I go, by quite a lot. So it's 2-to-1, but man, it was like 20, almost 24-to-1 at one point. USDC, USDT also hit the peg, but now it's depegged again. And then, where was the other one? So here we go. Look at this. Nice. USDT and DAI, pDAI. So PUSDT and pDAI, 1-to-1. So there's been a lot of this that's also happened. So basically, hundreds of billions. So actually, we should look at this as well. So let's have a look at this. So what did they do? So this is the DF3 wallet. So DF3 wallet, done a lot, man, done a lot. So lots of transactions. So you can go through all of these, lots of transactions. So I'll just show you what the DF3 wallet did an hour ago was burn 73 billion pDAI. So obviously, I don't see this as the end of pDAI. I don't see this as the end. I just think that it's the end of MakerDAO. And I think that now it seems like Atropa Ecosystem takes front and center. I also think, and I could be wrong, I will be interviewing the XUSD team, hopefully, again, about all of this. To my knowledge, bought pDAI and then put it into liquidity as well. So pDAI. Sorry, bought Atropa with the pDAI and then put that into burnt liquidity. So more burnt liquidity between pDAI and Atropa. But basically now the 5996 wallet, the extractor wallet, is gone. So there's no more extracting on the ecosystem. So the threat of the extractor is gone. So everybody can be happy about that. What's going to happen now is people are still going to be pissed off that pDAI is alive because it's alive and kicking. And it's now basically in the hands of the Atropa ecosystem, it seems. So this is where it seems like it's going now. So as we know, there's tokens like Affection, which will burn pDAI. So Maria might end up making tokens where you can burn pDAI or PUSDC or PUSDT. So there's going to be a lot of things that are happening. So that's kind of where it's at the moment. So I'll go over this little tweet as well. So to the best of my understanding, the majority of the people who won all the auctions are benevolent. So there was a chart that was going around, and that was all the DF3 wallet. And then so this is a conversation that somebody was having with Katrina. We're isolating the Atropa ecosystem as much as we can so it can work as an oracle for peg maintenance between the three P stables. What I love about this, okay, hang on. So, and collateralized stables are unrealistic to achieve in this condition. If anyone wants to fill lending pools, you're welcome. There's plenty of tokens in circulation. So did you aggressively stop minting pDAI? Why aggressively? Some view would take that as a hostile movement. Can you elaborate? I still trust in you. Try to restore and peg pDAI to $1. We minted once with the spells. So this only happened once. So the spells what minted the pDAI. So now anyone minting pDAI, again, that fear is gone. It's no more. Haven't minted again and will burn everything remaining down. And especially now that the ESM has been activated, to the best of my knowledge, nothing else on MakerDAO is going to work. So someone could create a new spell to say, oh, let me be able to mint it, but it's shut down. It's over. So I don't think it's possible. Basically, we can't peg to real $1, but maybe we can keep pDAI equals PUSDC equals PUSDT based on Atropa prices. So this person is hypothesizing. That's what Katrina is saying. Is that what you mean by that? Or is pDAI still has a chance to $1? It's not a maybe. It's we can. And then buying into Atropa Eco will bring them up rather evenly if done right. So as we've seen all the way along, Atropa and pDAI have moved lockstep. So whichever one moves, the other one moves with it. And this will only continue to happen. And so perhaps now Maria or Hamad Daiichi can go about Hamad Daiichi, D-A-I-I-C-H-I, Hamad Daiichi can now perhaps go about his way of however he considered that the pegging could happen. So I always hypothesized, I didn't know about MakerDAO. I always hypothesized it would be something like some sort of arbitrage mechanism where you can have the three tokens in a pool and they're arbitraging against each other. And then I saw the stable LPs. So where's the stable LP? So I'm sure everybody's familiar with stable LP. Let me just I'm just going to quickly change my wallet so I don't here we go. Oh, damn, look at this, boy. Damn. Wowee. I got that. If anyone was holding coexist tokens, today would have been a good day. If anyone was holding hard, today would have been a good day with all those reward tokens. So if anyone, in case you didn't know, so stable LP, you go to, you would go to liquidity, and then you can put some into the stable LP. So this is the USDT, USDC, and DAI. So this is from Ethereum. So they're all 1-to-1. So they're all in a liquidity pool. So this is kind of like Curve Finance or Balancer, perhaps. So this takes from that idea. So there still is a potential, in my opinion, for some kind of P stable version of this. So that's how I hypothesized it. Then I saw this get created. I was like, wow, this is how it can happen. But obviously within this, the DAI maintains PEG through MakerDAO, the USDC through Circle, and USDT through Tether. So that's how they maintain their PEG. So then having something like this is where they're already pegged. You're basically just providing an arbitrage between those three. So there's still nothing that can peg these tokens to $1. That's the only thing that's like, oh, okay. But I still believe. So this means pDAI can, well, shit, this means pDAI can go a lot higher than $1. It means it has no price floor or price ceiling, rather. So this is the only thing that makes it interesting. So we'll see how that unfolds. Yeah. So we've covered the ratio. So what I'm going to do now is I don't want to keep it too long. I'm just going to go through some of these comments. And I'm going to see if I had anything else up here worth showing. So I can't believe it, bro. I actually can't believe it. Look at this. It did a 15x. Well, that's a 12x. That's a 12x against Pulse Chain. Against Pulse Chain, it did a 15x from the bottom, bro. Like, what? No, that's a 17.5x from the bottom. That's insane, man. That's insane. Today's a good, if you still believe in pDAI, today's a good day. If you believe in the Atropa ecosystem, today's a good day. Because I'm a believer in both, today was a good day. So, all right, let's go through some of these comments. So what a day. Surfacing and Katie have been answering questions in the XUSD Telegram. Yeah, and I hope to get them on stream to answer more questions, but I know that they're probably more than likely completely wrecked. And you know, it's a good point of reflection for people who instantly assume the worst of everybody. So let's obviously wait till the dust settles and let's see how this actually plays out. But everybody was so quick to judge them and their intentions, but they've done nothing but benevolent actions for the blockchain. As soon as they found out for themselves that this exploit could destroy all of Pulse Chain, which could therefore destroy their baby, which is XUSD, they leaped into action. And they were really crucified from pDAI, Maxis. They got banned from the channels. pMaker, they got banned from the channels. Maybe they came off not on the right foot. I think obviously they would have come off from a lack of sleep and high energy and like really like maybe sort of fear mode. And words that are delivered like this generally aren't received well. But sometimes we really have to use our discernment and look beyond that. And I saw that the treatment that they were getting, and I wasn't happy about it at all. Essentially they've pretty much saved our blockchain. They didn't want to get involved in this, just FYI. They didn't want to, and they knew that the responsibility of this would be huge. And they probably still are. If they might also still be like concerned about how this might end up falling out. And they're the ones that did this, and people could blame them. So just moving forward, like I can't change anyone to do anything, man. But it would be really nice if we thought beyond ourselves. We thought beyond our instant false thoughts, which are generally reactive, which are most of the time, 90% of the time plus, are reactive thoughts. So they're just an accumulation from the past. So they're just complete garbage. And actually 100% of our thoughts are complete garbage. They have nothing to do with God. They have nothing to do with the truth. So yeah, let's just be a little bit kinder to each other. The treatment that they received, I wasn't happy about at all. So, and what a vindication. I mean, if this ends up if this whole narrative now falls into the hands of Maria, let's just hope that he's willing to get to work to make this happen as well in the way that he's been treated. Let's just hope that he is. And I would say that he is, despite the way that he's been treated, simply because he's trying to create some magic. So I would say that he's going to continue to do things no matter what, but the words and the treatment that some of these people have received is disgusting. So what's going on? Unharmonics, Saki Booz, pDAI now more decentralized than yesterday. So K Hudson, correct. So now pDAI is more decentralized than yesterday. So actually, that's what I wanted to have a look at. So we want to have a look at this DF3 wallet, which minted a ton of pDAI. Let's see how much pDAI it's got left. Funny times indeed. All right, so this is too insane. My heart can't take anymore. I've aged 10 years because of pDAI. For Tina. You know, I'm so glad I wasn't at the screen today. I'm really, really glad about that. So I went to Gold Coast with a friend. So I'm actually really happy about that. So I've got a friend who moved over from WA. So I spent a lot of time with him over the last week. So yeah, I'm really happy because I haven't had to put up with any of this and I've just come away with positive results. So, all right. So these people are destroying Pulse Chain, 100 billion minted. Yeah, Joe B, that will be covered by now. Honestly, I don't understand either ROI games. I don't fully understand how it can happen either. I'm just assuming that it's going to happen with movement of prices in the same way that it's happened up until this point, but I don't know how it can actually peg. This is something that's going to be a problem as far as I'm concerned. So, oh, damn, nice. Lenny Sis, well done, sir. If we get to $1, you'll be very, very, very happy. So I know Maria is smart, plus Scatty has XUSD, but how could that happen? So big pump will occur with big sellings. Bridge needs an upgrade if this chain is going to scale as high as we want it to. So, okay, so exactly. You're exactly correct, ROI Games. That's how I see it as well. I don't actually know. There is nothing that's going to be able to keep it stable to $1, but yeah, through arbitrage, through liquidity pools, it could hover around the dollar mark. And then also this is something where I guess we're just going to have to wait and see. I'm even going to have to do research on ESM. Maybe there might be something in the future where you might be able to propose some sort of turn back on. So you have a switch off thing, but can you have a switch on thing? Yeah, so we'll have to wait and see. This is actually a really good point. The gas prices are insane. So if we were equal to the value of Ethereum, these transactions would be like hundreds of dollars, thousands of dollars. So we do use a lot of gas, but I wonder if that's going to be fixed in the future. I have no idea. I certainly hope so, because if Pulse Chain goes up, then yeah, we're going to be just as expensive as Ethereum. And I guess the problem with this is when you have something like pDAI where it's connected to, like, some people that I was talking to were saying they were like 200,000 Pulse just for a transaction. So there's been some massive, massive transactions. So come on, DF3 wallet. What's going on here? Good sir. Let me just change this here and let's bring this up over here. Just I want to just see how much pDAI they have. So obviously they burnt 73 billion of the pDAI, which is a very good number. So let's have a look. See. Let's have a look. So the DF3 wallet. Yeah, because the blockchain scanner is being poop. So now I'm using the blockchain scanner. Auto scan, I'll try. See if it has loaded here. Oh, it still hasn't loaded. Now, how do I actually go to balance a 4.1 billion Pulse, the big dog, DF3, the big dog. Overview, and then where is the holdings? How do you go to holdings? What? Does it not have holdings? Wow. It appears that it does not. 5 minutes ago, transfer 15 million DAI stablecoin to somewhere. Yeah, maybe kept some for himself. No issues there. God damn it. Yeah. But it was a lot, right? So hopefully this will end up loading. So let's continue to go through these comments. But yeah, it's kind of sucks. So what other transactions did I have? So I showed you the burn. So this was the burn transaction, 73 billion, and this was the ESM transaction. Let's try this. Let's just try a different thing and see if it goes there. So, but yes, because anything now related to pDAI, it's so interconnected in the web. Oh, here we go. What's he got? 23 trillion bear. Wow. Treasury bill. 1.2 billion treasury bill. Ooh. Ooh. 84,000. 84 million. Atropa. Ooh. 35 million DAI stablecoin. Woo. Woo. Oh, goodness me. And he's got some pDong. All right. So, yeah. Wow. Good stuff. What a wallet. Lots of XUSD stuff. Okay. All right. So still 35 million pDAI, which is not like that's not something that's going to destroy pDAI. So I'm okay with that. I'm really okay with that. So, 1.2 billion treasury bill, jelly belly. All right, so people will move to a better blockchain that's cheaper and faster. Yeah, you know what? Yeah, maybe they will. Maybe they will, but they're going to miss out. That's all I'm going to say. I can see a much bigger picture emerging here that I don't feel many people can see. So I have no issues. I guess the only issues I have is with how like draining the negativity is. I find the negativity extraordinarily draining. It's just my empathetic nature. It's really like, trying to do all this good, and you just see the slop all over Twitter and the way people talk to each other. It's like, man, this is humanity. This is how we are. This is how human beings are to each other. We treat each other like absolute garbage, not realizing that you're literally talking to your brothers and sisters like they're pieces of shit, and you just don't even realize it. It's really draining. Block out the noise and mute and all that. I'm getting nifty with the mute button, put it that way. So this has been a more enjoyable mayhem than the exploiter nonsense. This has been a fantastic mayhem. This has been a fantastic mayhem because now we have now at least the MakerDAO is dead. I wasn't expecting or hoping the MakerDAO would die. I was really hoping that it would survive. I was really hoping that at least there's some certainty for how we can peg. I really don't know how we can peg now. That's the biggest doubt in my mind. So I just really have no idea. So there's so many more efficient blockchains out there. Yeah, there are. Let them go there. So we have 3 deflationary stables via burned LP on V1, computational fluid dynamics. Bud, yeah, more than welcome to join up here as well, Bud, or anyone for that matter that wants to join up here. So that was a great stream. Computational fluid dynamics. That really opened my mind up a lot. So yes, exactly. Good sir, Bud. There is lots happening with the Atropa ecosystem and Pulse Chain. So pDAI to Dolra. Bye-bye Pulse Chain. Where lots of people not liking what's happening with Pulse Chain today. What's there to complain about, fam? I mean, Yeah, I mean, even Pulse Chain, almost had a 2x from the bottom. That's pretty good. That's pretty good for Pulse Chain. Every single OA pump has got dumped. So anything that gives you a 2x on Pulse Chain is pretty good. It's pretty good. All right. Let's have a look. So T-bill to $1. Lots of T-bill, Fed. That's it. Is pDAI a waste of time? I don't believe so, Robert. Look, what I love now is the overnight peg narrative can F off. It can F off. I hated that narrative. I didn't like it. I didn't like the type of people that it gravitated to itself. I didn't like. I think those people will leave. Those people will leave if they're not willing to stay the long, sustainable, organic way. Then they probably don't really deserve what's coming with this. And that, I'm not saying that as like an attack on anyone, even though it sounds like an attack. But I hated the pDAI to $1 by tomorrow narrative. I hated it. I didn't like what it was doing to the community at all, actually. So I didn't like the kind of sentiment that it created, the greed that it riled up in the community. I just thought it was a net negative. I thought it was a net negative from day one. So I'm ecstatic that pDAI to $1 by tomorrow narrative is dead. So I wish MakerDAO was still around, but I'm ecstatic that pDAI to $1 by tomorrow is dead. So I don't know how it's going to happen. So I don't think it's a waste of time. I think it's just as good as any other coin on Pulse Chain. So, but obviously, because it's so bonded to the Atropa ecosystem, this is what makes it unique. So this is what makes pDAI still a very, very, very interesting play, particularly if you're in the Atropa ecosystem, which obviously I love and still continue to love and will always continue to love. So it's a great day to be alive. Pulse Chain is pure power and potential. Isn't this fascinating? Isn't this fascinating? So good evening, Sir Trump. We have Trump, who's extremely positive, saying what a great day it is. I feel the same. And then some people are like, Pulse Chain is the worst than Ethereum. Everything's going to zero. The gas is this and that. Isn't it interesting? Isn't it interesting how enslaved we are to our minds? And I was talking to Bud. Where's Bud? Let's bring up Bud's comment, even though it's not related to this comment. We're talking about philosophy. I used to have a deep interest in philosophy, and I still do have an interest in philosophy, but we were talking about free will and determinism. We weren't really talking about it, but I basically just made my position clear that I don't believe free will even exists within the human mind. I think what we consider to be free will is still deterministic. It's still determined by the flow of nature. Free will exists only when I go beyond my false mind. While I'm in my false mind, which everybody on the planet is, while I'm thinking from inside of there, which is what everybody without exception is doing, then there is no free will, because every thought that I have is being determined by what's been programmed in there. An AI doesn't have free will. A human mind doesn't have free will. Only God, the universe mind, Allah, has free will. Human mind does not. That's just my 2 cents, you could say, on that. So, or $1. That's my $1 on this. So, but it's interesting how you have these the dualistic nature of the different perspectives. So pDAI is a copy of US dollar that involves Fed Treasury bills. So OG Web Chef Eco is crazy too. Every couple days is a new coin. Yeah, got to get more on top of the OG Web Chef. I really, really do. It seems like he's really killing it. So today was a good day for the Atropa ecosystem, but for the last month or two, it's really been an extraordinarily good day for anyone who's in OG Web Chef. It feels like the early days again. That's it for Tina. I wasn't here in the early days, so it feels brand new for me. So I just feel burnt out from all of this. I feel so burnt out from all of this. It's been a big week. My friend came. I feel really, really burnt out for a variety of reasons. So once too many people have a coin, they lower the ROI and make a new coin. So all right, let's just quickly go through some of these comments. So thanks everyone for commenting, but I don't want to go through every single comment because there's heaps. Wow, there's heaps. all this passion and love for Pulse Chain. This is really good to see. So good morning, good sir. Are we going to pretend this shit didn't went down? No, we're not going to pretend that. We've covered that at the very start. So it went down. It went down, however many percentages that was, and it's now recovered a 15x from the bottom, which it's only down 59 or 60%. So 73 billion got burnt. Correct. I thought we were home free with joy to zero, then this. So I thought to double my bag. I still believe. Hey, man, good on you. Yeah, I mean, the joy to zero narrative, that whole perspective changed for me when I started talking to the XUSD team about it, or they started talking to me about it rather. So yeah, that's where I became concerned about this idea of joy to zero. It really all fell on this 5996 wallet, which they were saying all the actions pretty much alluded to it not being a good actor. All right, lots of negative comments. So it's looking like I can hold pDAI for a few months now. I'd probably say more than a few months. So yeah, can you admit all the pDAI narrative was stomach? I'm not sure what you mean by stomach, but yeah, I didn't. Some of it was good, some of it was garbage. So check Fed DAI ratio. Okay, sure. This better be a good ratio, ROI games. It better not just be checking it because you got some Fed or something. Because people often do this. They're like, oh, have a look at this coin. And only because they hold that coin that they want me to talk about it. But I'll have a look at it because I know that Maria's been cooking something. DAI. Fed, the Fed. Oh, computer's gone so slow, bro. So hopefully there's something good to see here with this Fed DAI ratio. Given that there's $80 in liquidity, I would say that it's not likely that there is anything here, but let's have a look. Okay, so yeah, it's not really saying anything. But there we go. There's the Fed DAI ratio. Good morning, BP. Check Fed. Yeah, but why? Do you want to say why? ROI games? Because I've had a look at it and it doesn't look like anything at all, unless I'm missing something. Can you admit the pDAI narrative was wrong and you're pivoting to? No, I won't admit to anything. I've told you very clearly my position from the start, and I'm continuing to tell you very clearly my position today. So I think it's natural for people to pivot. I think it's natural for things to change. I don't think it was wrong. I think it was right for the time. And all the things that I didn't like about it, I also voiced at the time. So no, I don't agree with this statement, Justo Flores. And I think the only reason why I wanted to respond to this, because there'll probably also be people themselves feeling like a bit confused about what's happening or where they've stood and how they've changed. So yeah, it's always good to see that you might not necessarily be alone. So that's why I like to address some of these comments sometimes. So good morning, Grandpa Pulse. All right, let's have a look. Coexist. Oh, yeah, that's it, baby. Coexist token is printing mad pDAI today. So, yeah, we look pretty crazy, Kent. We're still going to look crazy, bro. I mean, the Atropa ecosystem, has sent so much hate around all of Pulse Chain, which I'm still completely baffled by. Completely baffled by. Like, the hate that pDAI got was justified. It was justified. There was an extractor or an alleged extractor. It was justified. I could understand that. And I sympathized with people who moved towards a hatred towards pDAI. I found it very difficult to like staunchly say, oh, you're an idiot or whatever. Like, I'm never going to say those things anyway, but I found it very difficult to do that because, yeah, it was justified. But towards Maria, like, Maria believed there was an extractor, took actions to protect his ecosystem. So, in other words, took out some liquidity and then basically put a seed somewhere else. So, if your harvest is getting completely destroyed, well, are you going to watch it get destroyed, or are you going to quickly, while the fire is burning, take some seeds and go and put those seeds in the shed over there where they're away from the fire? Is that what you're going to do, or are you just going to, all right, I'm just going to throw my hands up and just watch everything burn? What would you do? You spent over 5 years to 10 years doing this thing. Would you just throw your hands up and go, oh, okay, oh well, it's going down. Oh, it's going to crash. Oh, there's my last work. Oh, okay, no problem. I'll just watch it go down. I saw no malice in any of his actions. I saw a lot of malice from the community with the types of things that they were saying to him. A lot of malice. A lot of people's characters came out in those moments. And there's nothing against those people because we all suffer those same vices. But man, there's some serious self-reflection that a lot of people are going to have to do from all of this. So we look stupid. But out of all of this, I just really hope Maria gets vindicated in all of this. So Co was printing baby Co baby woo. Today's the greatest day since the launch of Pulse Chain. Oh, Crypto Tree. You know what? I don't know if I'd say it was a greatest day, but I have to say it was a really, 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 really good day. I really like, what a great day. Like, I'm wrecked. I don't want to stream, but I'm out here streaming because it was just that kind of day. So I love your videos, but bro, this literally just happened. Yet you know everything about what happened and even have slides prepared. How? It happens in real time. So I'm in the XUSD team. So I'm in chats with all these people. I'm watching the chats. And this information is not necessarily correct. So I've literally gone straight to the source to ask for what happened, and I've put that into a PowerPoint slide. It's not really that complicated, to be honest. You get a paragraph, and then you just put that into a PowerPoint slide. It's actually not really that hard. This is the game, man. This is the game. This is how it works. This is how you got to be in it to win it with all this quote unquote influencer stuff. You got to be fast. So yeah, this is just how it is. So get a lot wrong, get some things right. Maria and Caddy is the only hope this chain will get out of the pond where it has been. I mean, I think that there's more to this chain than just Atropa and XUSD, but yeah, I mean, for me, they're exceptional projects. And yeah, the Atropa ecosystem, nobody even understands it. So yeah, I have a lot of hope. Put it that way. So we are in the wrong train from the start. I'm not sure what you mean by that, Mr. Miyagi. Nice. Good on you, Onimus. All right. So please don't Yeah, okay. Great point, Stephen, to our treatments of others. Do you have any timelines for next steps? I have no timelines for next steps. I think we're just going to have to watch and wait and see how this all unfolds. I would expect things to go slow. I'm still in two minds about where the crypto market is in terms of the macro trend. So if we're still mid bull, then I think we can peg to $1. Or at least pDAI can get to $1, or the Atropa ecosystem can pump and bring up pDAI to $1 within this bull market, within the next 6 months to 12 months, whatever that's going to be. But if we're on the dying stages of the bull market, where Bitcoin's already topped and whatever we're getting now is any overflow, then I would say it's probably not going to happen this cycle. And we're going to have to wait another cycle. And I'm okay with that. So that would be my timelines. What's up, sir? Wrapped Bitcoin, all the same. It all got wrecked. So yeah, it all got wrecked. So same thing, Ryan John. So it would have got pulled down and pulled back up, and people would have done swapping. So yeah, no one really knows, Kent. We're all just doing our best. So, this whole idea of like some master plan, the way that I've seen everything unfold is basically just shit has happened, and then people have responded, and then as they've responded, it's created like there's been a cause and an effect, and then that response is the effect. Then there's an effect which creates a new cause, and then from the new cause there's a new effect. So it's not like, oh, it happened A, B, C, D, E. It was like I just saw people trying to save Pulse Chain. That's what I saw. Hope you're well. What a crazy 24 hours has been. It's been insane, Dane. It's been crazy, man. So Puffy. All right, let's have a look at this. So Puffy has DM'd me. Let's have a look, see here. If there's some good stuff in there, at least we can kind of cover that. All right, so let's have a look at these comments. Why not? Okay, so can pDAI still go to $1? It's a meme coin now. What does this mean for a stablecoin on Pulse Chain? XUSD is a stablecoin on Pulse Chain. It's actually a volatile asset. I think maybe he even clarified that. So is it possible to enable Maker again, or is it dead forever now, ESM? They would have to pull up over 9 million Maker or something to do it. And even still, I don't think that is possible. So it's still, okay, interesting. Did you both work with Maria on this? John has worked with Maria in the past, and he has developed some contracts for him, but not today. Today was a magic day, and we would like to keep behind the scenes private, if you will. Okay. Has all the minted pDAI been burned now? I honestly don't know if the updates would make it cheaper, though. So it has. Okay. I do know that the updates would allow us to develop XUSD in a more cost-effective way, though, with a transient storage. Okay, there we go. So that's some of those comments there. Let's just change that in case there's other sensitive. So look at this. This is the DF. That's all the transactions there. So does your coin co-reward in pDAI or eDAI? It rewards in pDAI. Thanks for that, Puffy. Please go over the PMaker simple statistics if possible. Explain the actions of today, what the results are on the PMaker auction goals. So, hey, Tano. Yeah, I mean, it almost doesn't even matter now. So basically, the PMaker simple statistics. Are they still working? Oh, here we go. So Joy ended up hitting 0, which triggered the flop auctions. And then once there was a spell that was cast. So I did this at the start. There was a spell that was cast, and then it basically allowed the DF3 wallet to basically take control of all the collateral, minted a whole bunch of pDAI, and then dumped pDAI. And this is something that the 5996 wallet could have done, just FYI. So the 59996 wallet could have done this, minted billions of pDAI, and then dumped the shit out of it and extracted everything out of the Atropa ecosystem, everything out of Pulse Chain, and then left. So there would have been millions and millions there. But instead, this happened. So it ended up being a benevolent whale who saved the day. So yeah, that's kind of how it all went down. So I went over that at the start. What's going on, Lost Locus? All right, so this is the thing, Kent. This is what's been the most draining about all of this pDAI stuff. Every positive step up is kicked down the next day, forever it seems. That's how I felt with this whole pDAI thing. It's like one day you're full of hope. It's like, yes, we've got this solution. This is going to happen. We're going to propose this thing. Then the next day it's like full of despair. Oh, this happened. It's definitely going to die. And it was like this for over a week. And it was just, It was insane. So, all right. So lots of comments. Really, again, thank you guys so much for these comments. So Pulse Chain is the magic carpet ride for the RH loyalists. Love it. Great day in Thailand. There is no other chain like the Pulse Chain. It's not a dead chain for sure. We're still here after 3 years. So is Stephen backing out of pDAI? I don't know how you guys interpret these things, honestly. The prize hive, I don't know how you would interpret any of this as me backing out of pDAI. The narrative is not dead. MakerDAO is dead. It's not a matter of opinion. It's not a matter of narrative. It's a matter of the off button has been turned on. So it's literally turned off. So sorry, the off button is turned on. Sounds very bizarre. So that it's shut down, man. It's like it's that simple. It's not a narrative. It's literally it's fact. The MakerDAO is dead. It's MakerDead. It's not MakerDAO. It doesn't work on Pulse Chain anymore. That's just how it is. All right, so Pulse Chain together with Atropa is a ride you will never forget and one you want to stick around for. Pulse Chain, love it, love it, love it, love, love, love. So will you interview Caddy and Surfacing so we can hopefully, yes, Chris Barnard, I definitely hope so. So I was buying Atropa and T-bill since last week and last night I wasn't sure if I did right. I'm not complaining today. Hey, live, laugh, love it, man, love it. Any good movies in the horizon for Pulse Chain for Pumpkin? Oh, moves. Yeah, not too sure, man. Not too sure. Remember, this is the week that Jesus suffers, is crucified and resurrected, the beginning to the new covenant with God. Wow. Wow. Yeah, you're right. Wow. Wow, that's interesting. Faith, hope, and love. Yeah, interesting. I didn't know that. So A1A, B2B. CoCoin looks like it could explode. Paired to the Atropa Eco. Well done, good lad. Yes. So I still need to burn all that LP. All the LP does need to get burnt. I still need to turn that into a community token. There's a lot that's going to happen with the coexistence token, or the coexist token rather. And yeah, I mean, if you're a believer in pDAI, it gives pDAI rewards. So, but I want to make that a community token. I don't even want to hold any for myself outside of what I might buy for myself. That's the way that I want that token to go. But yeah, it's just another one of those things that I need to do. So no, we cannot peg with the MakerDAO way. I don't know if there's possibly going to be another way, but no, we cannot peg to $1. But the pDAI narrative is still alive. So what's up, Hexologist Heart? I'm going back to the start. Nice, man. All right, let's have a look. Hey, Stephen, good morning, my man. Buy when I see blood in the streets. People are people. Good on you, Corey. Corey, good stuff, man. Yeah, buy when you see blood. XUSD $2. Where were you when pDAI hit 0? I wake up at 3 a.m. Eastern time and bought more. Nice, Corey. Nice. So Mr. Polgov, I don't actually know that. I don't actually know if 5996 and 99 are connected. To the best of my knowledge, to the best of my understanding, 99 is basically just observing all of this. I don't know if he's connected to 59996. So yeah, maybe he is, maybe he isn't. I'm not sure. I'm really not sure. I'm sorry about that. So, but we don't have to worry about the 5996 anymore. Please recommend a bridge that works. Oh, gee whiz. Changenow.io. I don't know. Try that one. But yeah, I think the pulse chain bridge is really clogged up. So that is what T-bill, Fed, FDIC are for. Yeah, I mean, go back to the video about Treasury bill, Fed, FDIC. Really start to get familiar with all those things. I think it's going to be a really important part of the future of what this could possibly be. I don't think it's been a master plan. Create a simple plan yourself and see how it plays. Certainly not 100%. I think everything has been just reaction. Yeah, great night. Yeah, I mean, look at what Trump has done with the tariffs, for example. I'm certain he would not have. Well, I can't say that I'm certain, but I'd be pretty confident that he wouldn't have predicted the things that China are doing right now. I'm pretty sure he would have just thought, oh, we're America. We'll just flop it out. We'll just do what we want like we've always done. And we're just going to tell people how it goes because we're the big dogs on the block. And then everybody's just going to fall in line. And, we got the upper hand with China. We got the cards. We got the aces. You don't have the cards. You don't have the cards, or whatever he's saying to Xi Jinping. But Xi Jinping just pulled an ace out of his sleeve and he's just like, you know what? Up yours. We're going to go do something else completely different. There's no way. I don't think there's any way Trump could have predicted this. So things happen and people adjust with the world. This is how it seems to go. So it doesn't matter how well you plan things. So I just really hope this tariff crap ends soon. I mean, it was a wildly ridiculous thing from old mate Trump, but yeah, let's wait till. I mean, you have to think about exactly. Wait till Maria starts. I mean, Maria's like an elite level coder, I mean, even XUSD when he was doing, when he was auditing something for Maria at the start, or did something for Maria at the start, he was surfacing was like blown away by Maria's coding abilities. So. Yeah, Maria will cook something up. So, well, worse than Trump tariff. So here's Trump's tariff. So, all right. The OA bag was meant to be used as collateral. That failed. No more minting after Joy to 0. That failed. And now Maker is dead. Now it's no longer needed. And Atropa is the new Maker. Yeah, that's that's pretty much it. So yeah, there we go. That kind of summarizes everything. So who believes the hardest? Or all right, there's still heaps of comments. Thanks for all these comments, guys and girls. So okay, so unless there's any massive question, there's a lot of comments. All the pDAI people are backtracking but trying to save face. Typical. People refuse to admit when they were wrong. Ah, Maddie, they are holding 13.6% of Atropa, not too decentralized right now. Are you talking about the DF3 wallet? Maddie, Crypto Charla? Because yeah, 80 million, that's a lot. Where was it? Let's have a look. Was it here? Let's see what 84 million. Oh, 84 million. Yeah, right. That's quite a lot of the 1.1 billion. Well, 100 million is 10%. So yeah, I don't know who's holding 13%. I guess we'll find out now. Holders. Oh, how does that make sense? Oh, what the fuck? What? What the hell happened to the Atropa supply? That's also gone down from 1.1 billion. When did that happen? Maddie, do you know anything about this? The Atropa supply got burnt? What? Well, there you go. So they're the largest holder. They're the largest holder. Wow. Wow. There we go. We don't know. We don't know that 5996 was malicious. We don't know. We were speculating. Well, I mean, obviously you had Richard calling 5996 malicious. You had the majority of the blockchain calling 5996 malicious. So it was just speculated on. And then the diehard, staunch pDAI guys were like, no, this is all part of the big plan. So yeah, this is kind of where it went. So Pulse Chain will be close to $0 once the SEC have appealed. Will take another 3 months for the judge to read the resubmission. Voice your perspective. Pulse Chain will be close to zero. It can't get any closer to zero than it already is, can it? I mean, it's already like nowhere near a cent. So yeah, I mean, close to zero means it keeps going down. Once the SEC have appealed, can they appeal? Once the case has been dismissed, they've got their extension of time. Yeah, hopefully the SEC just leaves us alone so that we can get about just living our lives and not harming anyone. So let's hope that Judge Peggy will look after us. All the pDAI. Yeah, okay, we saw this comment before. I clown everyone. Ah, oh, don't clown everyone, sir. Good day, Clintrons. Midgard Explorer. What's the Midgard Explorer Hexologist Heart? Okay. Yeah, Johnny. Yeah, there we go. Someone's building a MakerDAO replacement. So we have like DAI on Pulse Chain. That was Richard Hart. That was the GOAT. So, as far as I'm concerned, pretty good day. Pretty good day. I mean, look at these candles, man. That's a filthy candle. That's a filthy, filthy candle for Teddy Bear. For something like Teddy Bear, this is the dark side of liquidity bonding. It's just how it works. But as a liquidity provider, I tell you what, you'll be sitting pretty with some of these positions. So BFF at the low, everything's looking good. So what did XUSD do today? So XUSD pumped. XUSD pumped, baby. Yeah, boy. So we're at an all-time low. And then we had a cheeky 3x pump. Pump it up. Right, okay. Not bad. Okay, I might leave it at that. So, Henry Flores, still bullish on Atropa. I see no reason to not be bullish on Atropa. I failed to see a reason to not be bullish on Atropa. I saw the threat, the extractor threat is now gone for pDAI. So there's no there's no reason for the reason why Maria was live streaming and then dumping was because there was an extractor threat. And then so Maria was calculating the threat of the extractor and then stopped dumping when he was watching the supply. And then, yeah, I can't remember what happened after that. But yeah, basically, I don't see a threat now to the Atropa ecosystem. I don't see a threat. The threat was the extractor. So if the extractor is gone, I'm not sure what the threat is. So I don't see any reason why I shouldn't be bullish on Atropa. If anything, I'm even more bullish on Atropa because now if like the whole P stables narrative is now completely married to the Atropa ecosystem. I don't think that there's any other way for it to get to a peg without the Atropa ecosystem. So Atropa is where it's at. So UFO to go. By the way, are you the dude that I met in the? Because there's a few UFOs. Are you the Aussie dude? The Aussie dude who streams? My apologies, man, but I just wanted to make sure if that was you or not. So, what's going on, Rye? Big love, Steve. I've got some catching up to do and claw back some Atropa by the looks. Yeah, bro. Have a look at this Atropa. Have a look at this, man. It got up to like 160 to 1 almost. Oh, and obviously the target is 750. The target is 750. So, yeah, what a day. And again, I was out all day and then I got back and I see a candle where the candle just goes and it goes like I was like, is this a mistake? Is this like a scam wick? I'll take that off. But it was literally, it was such a huge candle. It was so big. It was so big. Oh, so big. Oh, Japanese, so small, so small. But this was, so big. Yeah, it was a huge candle. It was a huge candle. That is you, UFO to go. Good stuff, man. Nice to see you around here. Okay, so bullish on teddy bear. Yeah, nothing's changed. Honestly, I'm going to leave the stream at this, but yeah, I think you're making a huge mistake for fading teddy bear. I think that this blockchain is going to humble a lot of people. A lot of people are going to get humbled. And I've done my best to try and protect a lot of people as well. To especially some of the younger people. I won't name names, and people will probably more than likely know who these people are. But there's been a lot of people talking a lot of crap talking like they know everything. They know everything about Atropa. They know everything about pDAI. They know everything about Pulse Chain. They know everything about Richard Hart. They're talking big. They're going to be humbled, man. There's going to be a lot of people that have kept receipts. And I'm not that guy. I'm not a receipt keeper. I'm not going to turn around in a year's time and go, well, you were wrong. It doesn't give me any satisfaction at all. But there's going to be a lot of people that are going to get humbled, man. So yeah, the OG teddy bear is really like, it's going to shine. It's going to shine bright like a diamond. So that's what I really think. So I'll just go over these last comments. Coexist. You must have made some money because you're in such a good mood. No, I wouldn't say I made any money. My bags are still down from... Shit, my bags would probably still be down from sacrifice prices, to be honest. Well, yeah, I can't even check because Ravi's totally lame. But yeah, I think I'm less than sacrifice rate with the amount that I put in. So, yeah, I'm still bullish, man. That's if you're a token accumulator. Today was a great day for accumulating tokens. Especially after that last Atropa stream where Stu's positivity. I was shocked by the criticism that he received from that stream, to be honest. But Stu's positivity towards just finding opportunities was very inspiring to me. And so I've tried to have that mindset, even though I wasn't really doing much today. It was watching some of these ratios with pDAI. It was an exceptional day. It was an exceptional day, especially if you're still a believer. So, this is the best thing that could have happened to pDAI. We were warned that MakerDAO was being exploited, and now it's shut down, which allows the new control group, which is Caddy, Maria, and probably RH. So, yeah, even on this, I still feel like a lot of this now is in the hands of the Atropa ecosystem. But even though Maria owns the Atropa ecosystem, obviously, I still feel like it's, well, it's still very much community orientated. I got to stop saying Maria because Hamad. But Hamad can do a lot of moves that can really influence things. That's how I feel. So in a way, we are in their control, but hopefully the final solution is completely decentralized. So that's it, UFO to go. Tap the likes. Very much appreciated. Jardel, what's going on, man? No, Robert, I don't believe that it's up to Katie and Maria. I don't think it's up to them. No, I think they're going to be strong forces. But Caddy, probably less so than Maria, I would say. So no more pDAI fights. Oh, some serious time for rest. So can bring PUSD. Okay, so how do we know for sure PMaker is shut down? Because the ESM was called. So I'll show you that one last time, so you can have a look. So this was called by DF, the DF3 wallet. Where is it? ESM. So interacted with contract ESM, which is the emergency shutdown module. So that was interacted with, which shut down Maker. Have you heard from Stu on this? I have not. Hey, Stu! Hey, Stu's here. Much love to you, brother. Love Pulse, Atropa, and this eco. Much respect to you, Stephen. Oh, man, much respect to you, Clintrons. Always thank you for your support, man. Like, yeah, I'm just a voice. I feel really, really wrecked today. I feel really wrecked. I feel really wrecked for the whole week, to be perfectly honest. I don't feel like my energized self. So I definitely appreciate the support and love that I get from you guys, but it's a symbiotic relationship. So I'm 100% with you. This is a good move, not a bad thing at all. I agree, Malphite. So basically, to summarize, in case you join late and you want to just get a quick summary, I'll do a quick summary going over those PowerPoint slides one more time. So basically, here we go. So let's bring this to stage. So this is literally just basically, there was a conversation going all day everywhere about this. So keeping in line with the conversation, but then just asking, surfacing, who was all over this. Okay, what actually happened? What was the ESM? So he was the one that cast the spell for ESM. So he said, so basically what happened? So a spell was cast, so the ESM was activated. So MakerDAO is now MakerDEAD. So it suffered a 95% plus dump, pDAI, and then it's had a 15% recovery from the bottom. So what he did was, in this casting the spell, so calling the ESM, so this is one part of it. So the emergency shutdown module, which basically saves us from any future issues. So there's no more minting, no more exploitation, no more nothing. Maker is turned off. So the spell minted Maker, extracted collateral, changed the debt lines, and reallocated ETH in the vaults to the DF3 control. Then a script pulled the max amount of debt out from the ETH vaults and stacked the spell with overload of PMaker to maintain control. So then the PSM, which is peg stability module, was pulled and then called the ESM. And the ESM shut it all down. So, all right. pDAI and Atropa are now clearly linked. Expect the P stables to start pegging to each other soon, then gradually push towards $1. No one knows the exact mechanism yet, but Atropa is locked in. Yeah, this this has been something that's been heavily speculated on throughout Twitter, throughout Telegram, that now the supply between all the P stables is pretty much very similar, that Maria could basically have some kind of like tokens that burn those tokens, the P stable tokens, to get them all aligned into each other. Maybe Richard might introduce some sort of P stables mechanism if he sees that the P stables are surviving without him. That could be another avenue there. So either way, it's very much all intertwined. So what's going on, CBDO? ESM handles the cage, but this isn't the end of pMaker yet. Oh, it's in a cooling off phase, but it can be fixed and restarted during this phase. I don't want to spread hopium. No. Okay, that's good. And I thought that might be the case. I really thought that might be the case. Live, laugh, love. I thought that might be the case in the sense that, well, if it has an emergency switch off button, there must be something which can switch it back on. So yeah, there we go. So pMaker still has a chance. So I did ask Surfacing about this, and yeah, well, somebody else did. It was in those comments earlier. So there is a chance, but I don't think we're gonna have to talk more about it. So yes, let's keep the hopium and let's just go with the flow. So pMaker is dead, but Maria is going to create a new one that is not exploitable. We will have pMaker version 2. I like this concept. Yeah, I mean, why not? Why couldn't pMaker just get forked and then remove the exploitable things from the contract? I wonder if that works. I don't know if that works because we need it to be to the DF01 contract. So anyway, I'm going to leave it at that. 1555 watching at the moment, so we'll leave it on that. So thank you very much, everybody. So another short but long stream. So everybody take care.